Welcome to my channel, and this is a place where I just teach the Bible. I hope you'll subscribe, give me thumbs up, make comments. That helps get it out a lot. And I hope you share this video with someone. Help me get this out so I can teach the Bible to more people. I just saw in the news that the chief financial officer of Bed Bath & Beyond was accused of some stock illegality, and so he jumped to his death from his New York high-rise apartment. Folks, that's tragic. They say it was a suicide, and there's nothing good about that. That's horrible. Now, I want to show you how to avoid spiritual suicide. It's important. How to avoid spiritual suicide. Galatians 2:16, critical verse. Know that a man is not justified by observing the law, but by faith in Jesus Christ. And so we too have put our faith in Christ Jesus, that we may be justified by faith in Christ and not by observing the law. Because by observing the law, no one will be justified. You'll never get justified. Never get justified by observing the law. To be justified means to be declared not guilty in God's court. To get into heaven, we must be not guilty. Can't have any sin. No sin in heaven, okay? So you have to be declared not guilty in God's court. To be guilty is to have unpaid for sin in your life, and it excludes you from heaven. You don't get to go to heaven with guilt in your life, with the guilt of sin. Just imagine that God's law was that Tom West, me, that I could never eat Mexican food again. Okay? If I did eat Mexican food again, I broke the law. Guess what? There's not much chance that I'm not going to eat Mexican food again in my life. My favorite kind of food, okay? There is something like Mexican food in all of our lives. There's some weakness. If you trust your performance of the law to be not guilty, it guarantees that you will blow it, that you will be guilty, and it becomes spiritual suicide. Law doesn't get you there, never. Keeping laws, you blow it, you'll break those laws. Is there a way to be declared not guilty in God's court? Is there a way to be justified? Yes, there is. When you put your faith in Christ, you are justified. You are declared not guilty in God's court. So how does that work? How exactly does that work? Well, Jesus kept the law and was perfect by God's standard. Never broke the law. Perfect. 33 years without sin. He never blew it. And then he paid for our sin when he died on the cross. When you put your faith in Jesus and what he did at the cross, your sin is paid in full by him, and you are declared not guilty. And you know what else? It's permanent. You just rest in that, stay in that. It's permanent. Just keep trusting Jesus. And it's a permanent situation. Keeping laws that doesn't work. Faith in Jesus Christ does save. Keeping laws don't save. Faith in Christ does save. If your weakness Mexican food like mine is, and you decide that to go to heaven to be declared not guilty, you must never eat Mexican food. What happens when you break that law? What happens? Well, you're declared guilty and you've committed spiritual suicide. You can't go by laws, okay? So put your faith in Christ and keep your faith in Christ. Rest in faith in Christ. And I mean that, rest in faith in Christ, and you absolutely will avoid spiritual suicide. That's good news. Rest in it, and I will talk to you soon.